Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Creative Crew podcast. I am Rob Forte and I am joined by... You hear that sound? No one. I'm actually joined by no one today. I'm out here with the birds on my porch, and we are going to be talking about a couple things. Mostly going to be updating you about what's going to be going on with the Creative Crew podcast channel and other things. This is just gonna double as an update. So first of all, episodes are going to be getting shorter, probably around 15 to 20 minutes instead of the normal 30 of the past 2 episodes. And another thing that you're actually going to notice about this video in particular is there is no video in this episode, which is going to lead me to my second point, that we are actually going to be switching locations. So we are going to be having an awesome place that's going to be hosting us. The Cleveland Pub here in New Berlin, Wisconsin is going to be lending us their party room to add to our aesthetic of the show. So that's going to be really awesome. We're going to have an awesome set, and Jacob and I are going to have some fun times, possibly getting some other guests in here, and we're going to have a blast recording this awesome show. We are hoping to have it grow. So that's going to be that. We are also going to be moving the show to probably about two times a week, if possible. Most likely going to be switching that to a Tuesday and Thursday show. So we are going to be actually filling in the gaps between Tuesday and Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, of course, being with a not daily show, but every other day being the Creative Spark. Now, what the Creative Spark is going to be doing is it's going to be probably around a 1 to 2 minute episode of just us, either of us just talking about something really cool that we found, an idea, or just different things that we found in art, news, or what have you, and we just talk about it to give you an update on what we've been doing, or things in the otherwise. So this is gonna be really cool. It's gonna be helping us grow the channel and helping us get to know you guys better. So to get to know you guys better, we actually launched a website. So if you wanted to get to know us, just head there. It's iabstudios.net. You can email me at robforte@iabstudios.net if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to have on the podcast, or if you'd like to guest star on a podcast, maybe if you have any works that you'd like to show us and you'd like to talk about it, just go ahead and send me an email, and I'll do my best to get you on the show. So, yes. So, news. What I've been working on this week is I've actually tried out FL12. And FL Studio 12 is an awesome music producing program. I've usually stuck to Ableton, but in the past year I've been using FL Studio 12. Now, both of these are really cool programs. I've really gotten to like FL Studio, and I will tell you why. Ableton Live is just amazingly powerful program, and I think it works in its benefit and at its detriment, being that it has a very high learning curve. And I've been using Ableton for probably about 3 years now, and it's been really hard to get to know every single nook and cranny of the actual program. And I've actually been using FL Studio quite a bit recently, in the past probably about 4 months with FL11, and I actually bought FL12 to probably about 4 days ago, and wow, what an upgrade from FL11. I thought FL11 was actually very stunning, and it was very good to use, and it was very user friendly, and I actually installed FL12, and oh my god, I didn't think FL Studio could get even more simplified. It is so simple, and you can do whatever you want now. Well, it's so easy to just put your idea in there and just get it rolling. FL Studio remains to have my favorite piano roll, and if you don't know what a piano roll is, it's essentially a place where you input the MIDI information in, so the virtual instruments are able to play what notes you're thinking or what have you. So it's a really cool program. A lot of its sound design aspects, I really like the way that it lays out its it's automation clips. So each automation clip actually has its own identity in its playlist. So FL Studio actually has playlists of all the MIDI clips, all the information, because it uses a step sequencer instead of like just laying them out in an arrangement view, and you can actually piece these different pieces together in the FL's arrangement view if you want to stick with like the Ableton lingo, I guess. Well, excuse me. So it is a beautiful feel. It's you could already make a lot of the projects in FL11 and I believe even FL10. You could make them look extremely just like really really good looking, and FL12 just made it look even more beautiful as well. Everything has a streamlined look. Not as streamlined as Ableton, as I would say. But I do like the straight out simplicity of Ableton. What I do have a comment on for FL12 though, is I don't know if it's my actual hardware that I'm using, but sometimes FL12 is a hard time recognizing my audio interface, which may be a problem on my end or something else. But that's probably about all that I have to say about the cool ideas that I've been getting down in FL Studio. I've been writing down actually a few chord progressions, and wow, it's actually really really easy to get those in there. There's a menu or a submenu when you have a plugin open, and it will have the keyboard and have all these just like different effects, like MIDI effects, audio effects on the actual instrument itself already. And you can access this. There'll be like a plugin tab right above it, and then there'll be like a settings tab, and you can click the settings tab and you can get access to all of those different things. Because I was writing a chord progression, and like this is a really cool chord progression, but it really wasn't really a full chord progression. It was lacking something. So I took the chord progression, I ended up pitching it up an octave, and then I actually turned on the arpeggiator on the actual in the actual settings, and it actually sounded really really cool. It took me a while to figure out that you actually got to mess with it a little bit, because it has a from a 0 to, I believe, 2, I might be wrong, a 0 to 2 ratio for the speed of the arpeggiator, which was very interesting. It was quite odd trying to get used to that, as opposed to Ableton's arpeggiator giving me a set actual time on what it does. And one of my favorite plugins is actually Silent, and at points when I'm using that, I'll actually use that arpeggiator instead, because it actually gives me like the hard points, like the 16th duple time, the 8th note, just all that wonderful jazz. So that was really cool. I actually got into some more of the Adobe Creative Suite programs. I've had them on my computer for a long time now, and I got them from my school. I'm not sure when I got them, but it's Adobe CS6, and I was doing some different programs in the art department, and I've never really had a use for much of the programs. I've always been curious on how to use things like Flash and After Effects, trying to get into VFX and animation, but I've never really been good at it. So I've been talking to one of my friends, and I'll link his channel down below. He's a really good animator, and he's actually gotten into music recently, and he got one of the new Novation Launchpad Pros, which I'm extremely jealous for, by the way. He got one of those production models, and he actually got, I believe he got it the day after it came out. Wow, excuse me. It's really cool, and he's been showing me in Skype calls, and I tried to get him on here today, but he just couldn't. So yeah, Novation's put out some really cool stuff, and unfortunately unfortunately, there's a lot of companies that are trying to copy what they've been doing with the Launchpad and other products. So that's where I'm going to leave it today. If you have any questions or comments or anything that you'd like to see on the show, email me at rob.forte@iabstudios.net. And if you want to check out anything else on the website, any of our different shows, check out iabstudios.net, as well as our YouTube channel for Ideas Are Bulletproof Studios Network, as well as all of our sub-channels. This has been Rob Forte, and I will see you next week.